Terrace, obviously now that you've had a chance to watch the film and just kind of study everything that happened offensively, I mean, just kind of what were your, I guess, big takeaways and how, you guys had that chemistry with Miles on Saturday?
I can say that our chemistry really it clicked
He's
well.
muted.
Oh,
Uh, sorry.
good.
No, you're good.
Terrace,
We're
click
good
that
here.
box.
All right, you can react to the question.
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, just kind of, now you've had a chance to kind of study the film and whatnot, just what are your, I guess, immediate reactions to how that chemistry was between you and Miles and just kind of the rest of the receivers out there on Saturday?
I can say that receivers and Miles, we clicked well. I mean, obviously the game didn't go how we wanted it to go, but as far as just the chemistry between the receivers and the quarterbacks, I think it clicked well, and I think we'll be able to work with it.
Hey, Terrace, Scott Reveley from The Advocate. You guys are going back to a place where y'all scored the most points y'all did all last season, and had a lot of success through the year. Is that a good feeling to go back there where y'all were so effective offensively? And how important does this game become now to try to, no one wants to go start for the no one to start. How important is this? Maybe even a must win for you guys at this point.
Answering your first question, I mean, we're not really just worried about last year. We're just gonna go in there, handle our business, do what we need to do to get it done. And answering your second question, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go down there and just do what we have to do, and try to execute and try to get back on the right track from last week from the loss, and we just gonna have to do what we gotta do.
Terrace, you had a solid game against Mississippi State, but your counterpart, Jeray Jenkins, also had a solid game, 5 catches, 85 yards. What can you say about his progress on the team?
His progress has been tremendous since his freshman year all the way up to now. He's a very hard worker, and I'm just glad to see it finally paying off for him.
Hey, Terrace. I mean, you talk about the chemistry, timing, things like that. I guess just, it took, Joe Burrow by his second year, you guys had that really, down. I guess, how do you develop that, and how quickly can that kind of grow as the season goes on?
It can grow quickly, especially with just putting in extra time after practice and just meetings and just being in a film room. It could grow quickly, and I feel like that as the weeks go, that we're gonna get better as a team and as a unit.
Hey, Terrace. One of the things that we all saw was just how deep the receiver group looked this year. It seemed like 8, 9 guys got in there. Does that kind of inspire like some competition among the group? They're like, all right, I know I'm gonna get in there, so I need to make a play.
Yeah, I can say that. I mean, yeah, we compete in practice around here. Whenever it's time to play, we want to make sure everybody's ready to play. Whenever their number is called. So, I mean, I think that it's good that we have multiple receivers that's able to get in and be able to showcase what they got.
Just what do you think about the way the passing game seemed to have progressed after the first quarter? Of course, y'all finished with 345 passing yards. How do you think you and Brendan, with the entire offense's flow, kind of came to life after the second quarter?
I mean, I look at it as, it was our first game. It was Miles' first game starting. It was our first game just as a unit together, with this being the new team this year. So, I didn't really expect for us to just be the greatest right away. It took us some time, and as you can see, we came back out in the second half and we were ready to go. We made adjustments, and everything was, flowing.
Hey, Terrace, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. This past week you were 8 of 10 with 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. Do you kind of feel with Miles that you're picking up where you left off from last season?
Yes, sir, most definitely. I feel like even with Miles, I'm able to do what I need to do and to contribute to the team. And Miles is able to do what he needs to do when he got me and along the other ones at the receiver position. So I mean, I feel like we're all gonna work good together this year, and I feel like I'm just ready to see what's ahead of us.
Hey Terrace, Jarrett Roser, TigerDetails.com. Wanted to ask you a little bit more detail about Jure. What stands out about his game? When you kind of break down his skill set and his strengths, what stands out to you, and how much of an impact can him having those type of games like Saturday mean for this offense as a whole through the season?
Jure is a real persistent route runner. He's a very consistent player. I mean, he's got great hands. He can catch in traffic. So I mean, he's gonna bring a lot to the table for us this year, and he's just as long as he keep grinding it out, he's gonna have a very successful year.
Hey Terrace, Brooks Cabina from The Advocate. I remember last year y'all talked about going through the summer with 10,000 catches to kind of fix some of the drops issues the year before. Was this summer just strange? Did y'all get through that same kind of workflow this summer? Or was there some limited time that y'all wish you could have had more of?
This offseason was obviously weird and very different from the previous off seasons. But I mean, we all put in the work as a group and as a team as much as we can while we had the chance. And I mean, I didn't get to 10,000 catches. I don't know if any of the other receivers did, but we most definitely worked towards it.
Hey Terrace, Jacques from Channel 9 here in Baton Rouge. I would think that you guys are trained to catch the ball obviously with two hands, but when one arm gets taken away and you make a one-handed catch like you did the other day, is that you guys get trained in that regard? And can you talk about that play, the way you caught that pass?
Actually, whenever I'm catching after practice or whatever, I actually practice on one-hand catches. I mean, even though that probably it wasn't the same, animation the way I catch it, but I mean, I still do practice on it, and I mean, he grabbed my arm, and I just had to, go make a play.
Hey Terrace, Michael from Channel 2 here in Baton Rouge as well. Last year at Vanderbilt was a big day for receivers in the passing game. What do you see in the Commodores, and are you confident that maybe you guys can kind of have a similar showing Saturday?
I'm very confident. I'm always confident that we can go out there against any defense and do what we need to do to get the job done. I don't really just look at the other team. I look at us. It's us versus us. So, I mean, when we go out there, we just dominate and treat every opponent the same.
Hey Terrace, obviously you guys are going to be, focusing a lot on freshman receivers this year, and obviously Eric and Kayshawn and Coy all had some snaps on Saturday. I was curious just to get your mindset of just kind of how they performed and just kind of what their mindsets were like on Saturday and how they responded to their first games.
They performed good, especially Eric. I mean, it was his first game. I'm already knowing how it is. Your first game as a freshman. And he went out there and he did what he had to do. He got the job done, along with Coy and Kayshawn. They both gonna be tremendous players along in the future, and I can't wait to see how great they come along.
Hey Terrace, Brooks again from The Advocate. Miles Brennan was talking about it last Saturday that they drop back and zone a lot. Whenever a team does that and starts taking away passing lanes, how do y'all start developing routes? Is it somewhere where y'all have to kind of play park ball a little bit, find kind of creative ways to get open? Could you kind of take us through maybe some of those situations whenever, cover seems to be passing lanes seem to be closed?
I mean, it's kind of just like a field thing. I mean, it's just activating your football IQ whenever you're out there. I mean, if you just got to extend plays with your mind, make adjustments on the sideline, it all just comes with just getting together as a team and making good adjustments in order to win.
Okay, I think that's it. Appreciate it, Terrace.
Sure, thank y'all.